I den kurdiske region af Irak er statsanklageren sammen med sine 14 medarbejdere i gang med at indsamle beviser imod IS for folkedrab på yazidierne. Målet er at kunne dokumentere forbrydelserne så grundigt, at man kan føre retssager imod de ansvarlige. Her fortæller statsanklageren om deres arbejde.
The mandate for the commission is to investigate and gather the evidence in violations committed in Sinjar on the 3rd of August 2014. ISIS controlled these areas and they have committed grave violations against the civilians or the inhabitants of these areas. We deploy the investigators in areas and locations recognized as the crime scenes in order to collect the evidence, and after they investigate in these areas physically. In locations or crime scenes that we don't have access due to known obstacles, we try to get the alternative solutions in order to get access to the crime scene. For example, we use satellite imagery or a technique called GIS, Geographic Information System. This technique has been used in investigation of international violations around the world since the investigation in Bosnia until now, we can say in the context of Iraq investigation. This red triangle represents the case file. Every case file represented on map using the symbol of the red triangle. These represent the various sorts of violations: detention, abduction, extralegal execution, destruction of the cultural and religious heritage, mass grave, individual grave, destruction of the churches. Testimonial evidence means that we interview the victims, survivors, informants, and the family members of the missing persons. Most of them are heartbreaking stories because we have people that have lost loved ones within one family. We have victims under 18 years old. We have victims from the elderly category of age. We have victims of sexual gender-based violence. So the investigators interview all those people in order to collect the evidence, which eventually recognized as testimonial evidence. We collect the information about the physical appearance of the missing person, the belonging, the personal belonging that he or she had at the time he or she went missing, the medical history, if they suffer from any fracture, any back pain, any sort of operations that have made any trauma. Also the dental record, if they have a copy, any x-rays they can provide the commission with. Everything that we can collect from the family members that will be beneficial for the identification process. Besides, we collect family blood reference from the family members, and we store these cards. We call it FTA cards in order for further test to get the DNA result for them. The approach for the KRG, for Kurdistan Regional Government, is to identify these violations as genocide. But we, in our Iraqi legal system, we don't have provisions, we don't have articles within our legal system to incriminate these international crimes. I mean, genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. You cannot find these three words in our legal system. So we are facing a legal gap, or we are in need to a legislation reform in order to incriminate these international crimes and incorporate these crimes within our legal system.
Will that take a long time, or
of course,
is that a matter of months or years?
It's not within our task. Of course, it's a legal process, very long legal process. You have to have a draft, and then to be proposed to the parliament, and after it would be verified by the parliament to send to the presidency, and then to be published in the Gazette.
So it takes years.
Yeah, of course. But this will not be an obstacle for the investigation to be stopped until there will be a legislation for dealing with these international crimes. We are investigating, collecting the evidence, and by the time the legislation would be ready, there would be also the cases ready for trial.